Your name is entered into the selection registry. Your family kneels when the officials arrive. You are examined in silence, posture, teeth, hair, skin, gait. You are not asked what you want. Weeks later, a sealed document arrives. You are chosen. Not as empress, not as noble consort, as one of many. You pass through the meridian gate of the forbidden city before dawn. The palace is larger than you imagined. Red walls stretch endlessly. Gold roofs gleam in the cold morning light. You are assigned a rank so low it barely echoes when announced. You will share quarters. You will wait. Your first lesson is hierarchy. The empress sits at the peak. Below her, noble consorts, concubines. Below them, you. You are instructed never to look directly at a higher-ranking woman unless addressed. You memorize titles before you memorize corridors. A mistaken address can ruin you faster than illness. Your days are structured. You wake before sunrise, hair-dressed, robes layered according to your rank, never too bright. Bright colors are reserved for those favored. You attend morning greetings, kneeling in long rows on polished stone floors while incense curls into the air. You learn quickly. Silence is safer than charm. The emperor does not know your name. There are too many of you. When he visits the harem, eunuchs announce the chosen woman hours in advance. Lanterns are lit. Silk rustles like wind through reeds. Your lantern is never lit in the first month, nor the second. You begin to understand the mathematics of hope. Food is controlled. Movement is restricted. Letters home are filtered. You are dressed beautifully, but you are never alone. Even in your rooms, attendants report upward. Even your sighs are not entirely yours. You make alliances carefully. A slightly higher-ranked concubine notices you are educated. She asks you to read poetry quietly in the afternoons. You comply. You become useful. Useful women survive longer. At 16, your lantern is lit for the first time. The summons is formal. You are bathed in perfumed water, dressed in pale silk, reminded of proper responses. When you kneel before the emperor, you keep your eyes lowered. He asks your name. You answer softly. The encounter is brief. In the morning, you are escorted back to your quarters. For 3 days, other women watch you carefully. Favor is visible. Favor is dangerous. Weeks pass. You are not summoned again. Whispers begin. Some say you failed to impress. Some say you impressed too much. A noble consort begins to look at you with narrowed eyes. You adjust your wardrobe to softer colors. You laugh less loudly. You make yourself smaller. At 17, a concubine in your courtyard becomes pregnant. Her rank rises immediately. Her servants double. Her meals improve. You help her embroider protective charms into baby linens. You do not envy her. You fear for her. When the child is born a daughter, her rise stalls. When the child falls ill months later, the courtyard grows cold. After the funeral rites, her rooms are reassigned. No one speaks of her again. You learn the palace's cruel equation: value equals favor plus sons. Everything else is decoration. Years pass in measured rituals, seasonal robes, formal banquets, careful conversations. You learn to read micro-expressions. You learn which eunuchs carry influence. You learn which concubines are backed by powerful clans outside the palace walls. Politics does not stop at the gates. It seeps through them. At 21, you are still low-ranked. This is both failure and protection. You are summoned occasionally, never regularly. You have borne no children. This spares you certain dangers. It also ensures you will never rise high. You begin to understand survival is not ascension. It is endurance. The palace experiences a shift when the empress falls ill. Suddenly, factions harden. Gifts become strategic. Tea becomes suspicious. You refuse to align openly. You offer poems instead of promises. You remain pleasant. You remain unremarkable. It saves you. At 26, you are no longer considered young. New girls arrive at 14, wide-eyed and trembling. You see yourself in them. You teach one of them how to kneel without bruising her knees, how to respond to insults with neutral politeness, how to never display resentment. "Will I rise?" she asks you once. "Rise carefully," you answer. She does not understand. She will. At 32, the emperor grows older. Summons become less frequent across the harem. Some women are granted exit marriages to officials. Others are quietly relocated to peripheral residences. You remain unremarkable, stable, forgotten, and safe. When the emperor dies, the palace transforms overnight. Those who bore sons move into positions of immense power. Those who did not are reassigned to secondary palaces. You are transferred to a quieter compound. Your rank remains unchanged. You feel something unfamiliar, relief. In your 40s, you are no longer a romantic figure. You are history inside the walls. You teach etiquette to new entrants. You oversee embroidery. You walk gardens at dawn when mist hides the red walls. Sometimes you look at the vast courtyards of the Forbidden City and think, you have lived here for decades. And yet, you were never truly part of it. You entered at 14. You leave at 53 upon imperial permission when your service term is formally ended. The gates open. The city beyond is louder than you remember. No one bows to you here. No one ranks you. For the first time, you choose the color of your own robe. It is not crimson, not gold, not pale to avoid jealousy, just simple blue. You walk away from the palace walls that shaped you. You survived the hierarchy. You survived the silence. You survived being one of many. And in the end, survival, in a palace built on rivalry, was its own quiet victory.